Live. Okay. Okay. Can you hear me?
Ready?
All
Yes,
right.
ready to go?
I think we're live. Tyza is just logging in. Yes, she's on.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, now, um, are you on your? Can you see if anybody's on?
I can see it now.
Got
Let's
one
look
viewer.
live. Yay! Welcome, viewer. Oh, hello.
All right. So should just wait. Should just wait 5 minutes to see if anybody else shows up.
Yeah, just to wait a minute or two.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be too long. Let me just change the settings on this camera. Nice. Welcome, people. Good to see you.
Thank you for joining. Thank you. We're going to start very soon.
The very first Vita Live.
Give me a second. Yes. All right. This is our first live session. Okay, we've got 6 viewers. Thank you for coming. All right. Should we go? Should we get started?
Yeah, let's dive in.
All right, let's get straight into it. So first of all, thank you everybody for joining today's live session. My name is Pedro Avila, and I am a physical health coach provider. And
I'm Daryl Gove. Thank you. And I am the emotional health coach.
Okay, and in today's live session, we want to talk about how to overcome the fear of movement if you are experiencing lower back pain. So, this is it. Moving forward. Now, what is our mission while we're here? So, Vita is set to help women understand, reduce, and eliminate back pain through expert guidance, simple strategies, and a supportive community. So, this is our first time online. Yeah. And initially, the goal was to create this product for women, but it's also good for men. So, it serves everyone. So today we're going to go through this introduction. Yeah. I'm going to talk about the physical health, the physical aspects of your back pain. Vero will guide you through the emotional side of it. And then we're going to have some Q&A at the end. Cool. All right. Today's session, how to overcome the fear of movement if you are experiencing lower back pain, how movement can help and not hurt. All right, so today I think it's important that we talk about something that keeps so many people stuck in pain. Yeah, the fear of movement. So if you ever had back pain, you probably know exactly what I mean. You move a little, you feel a sharp pain, and immediately your brain sends a warning. Stop it. Don't move it, or you're going to make it worse. Yeah? And that makes sense, right? Pain is your body's alarm system. It's there to protect you. But here's the problem. When we start to avoid movement completely, thinking we're keeping ourselves safe, we actually end up making things worse. Let me explain. When we stop moving, muscles that support our spine, like the hip flexor, the deep core muscles, they start to weaken because they're not being moved. And this is called muscular deconditioning. Okay. And this is very common, yeah, especially with the fear of movement. So I want you to think about it like this. If you broke your arm and you had to wear a cast for a few weeks, when the cast comes off, the arm is smaller and weaker than the other one, correct? You know why? Because it hasn't been used. And I'm sure you heard this term before. If you don't use it, you lose it. So the same thing happens to the muscles around your spine when you avoid movement. They shrink, they weaken, and then they stop supporting your back the way they should. So basically, this is the cycle and how your body reacts to inactivity. The muscles weaken and they shrink. There's less blood flow going to the muscle because there's less movement. Because there's not enough nutrients and oxygen going in and out of the muscle, the joint starts to stiffen and then reduce flexibility and strength. And then your brain starts to associate that with pain. And then that causes more pain. It's like a vicious cycle. Yeah. So we call it the back pain brain axis. Now, on top of that, when we stop moving, our blood flow decreases. That means fewer nutrients and less oxygen are getting to the area that needs to heal. Even worse, waste products, things that your body needs to flush out, start to build up around the muscle, making them even more stiff and sore. So now we've got a weaker muscle, poor circulation, and more stiffness, all because the body isn't getting the movement it needs. And it doesn't stop there. Okay, so this is the part that people just don't realize. Pain doesn't just live in your body, it also lives in your brain. Oh, not yet. So when you first get injured, the pain signals travel up to your brain. In your brain, register the pain. That's normal. But if the pain lasts for weeks or months, your brain starts to change because that becomes normal. It begins to associate certain movements with pain, even if the injury has healed itself. It's like a bone can heal between 6 and 12 weeks. Yeah? Your back pain should be healed by then. But your brain don't think so. Think about it like this. Think about it as an overreactive security alarm. Okay? So let's say you install an alarm home system. Yeah. At first, it only goes off when there's real danger, like a break in. But then over time, it starts to react to smaller things, like a strong gust of wind, the alarm goes off. A cat walked past, the alarm goes off. Suddenly, it's detecting danger everywhere, even when there's nothing there. And that's exactly what happens to chronic lower back pain. Your nervous system becomes hypersensitive. It starts sending pain signals before there's even danger, just because your brain has learned that certain movements equals to pain. Make sense? This is called, I don't want to butcher it.
Kinesiophobia.
Kinesiophobia, that is it. The fear of movement due to pain. Our brain is trying to protect us, creating a cycle of avoidance. And guess what happens then? You avoid movement even more, and the cycle continues. So fear leads to less movement. Less movement leads to weaker muscles. Weaker muscle leads to less blood flow. Less blood flow, your back does not heal. If your back does not heal, your brain gets used to the movement and to the pain. It becomes hypersensitive, and then you avoid movement, and that cycle never stops. So movement is the best medicine. Okay? The more we avoid movement, the harder it is to recover. But you must be thinking, if I move, it hurts. I cannot move. Yes, you can. I'm going to teach you. So let's break the cycle with movement. Okay, but how do we break the cycle? The answer isn't just to sit and wait for the pain to go away. Like I said, it is movement. But not just any movement. Yeah, it has to be the right kind of movement, done in a safe, controlled way. You have to tell your brain that you're safe. If your brain thinks you're safe, it relaxes all the muscle. Okay, let's start with something simple like walking. Yeah, walking is good because it makes your blood circulate through your body, and that helps with healing process. I know most of you walk quite a bit, but walking more is going to improve the symptoms of it. Um, Mobility is good. Yeah. Now, another really good exercise is pelvic tilts. You know, when you move your pelvis forward and back, that gets you to move your lower back like cats and cows. Okay. So these are small controlled movements that then gently introduces mobility to your lower back without putting too much stress on it. Okay. And finally, I think it's important to talk about the hip stretches. Now, I want to show you a simple movement here, which is the cobra, which will show you exactly how to make the movement right. Um, can you guys can you see this? No, no, you cannot. Give me 1 second. Sorry, 1 second, guys.
It's a video of the
Okay.
static image moving.
Yeah, I think this is what's causing. Okay, anyway. So with the cobra, you have your hands underneath your shoulders and then you push yourself up. Okay. So if you push all the way, that might cause pain. Yeah. So I want you to adopt a curious mindset. Because you pushed you all the way, that led you to feel pain. We don't want to go there. Yeah. We want to start very slow. So you're gonna push yourself just a little bit off the ground. And then you ask yourself, is this painful? No, I don't feel anything. So you push yourself up again. Is this painful? No. So carry on. Push yourself up a little bit higher. Is this painful? Oof, I'm starting to feel something on my back. This is a curious mindset. You are understanding your pain threshold. You're not going all the way towards your pain. You are relearning how to move, but most importantly, you're telling your brain that it's safe to move. That exercise, the cobra, it's a yoga pose, is an excellent exercise for your lower back because you get to move exactly that muscle, those muscles surrounding your lower back. Okay. So by adding those stretches and strengthening exercises or to your core and to your hips, you are actually reducing the tension on your lower back because your lower back is taking more pressure than it should. Yeah, usually it's due or caused by the hips. We don't want to push through pain. Yeah, you want to tell your brain how to move safely. Okay. Now, these are some of the muscles on your hips that could be responsible for your lower back pain. For example, the hip flexor, the deep core muscles, your glutes. Can you see the sciatica nerve here? Yeah. If they are tight and weak muscles, your hips are not functioning as they should, which, yeah, is going to add more pressure to that nerve, which is going to cause the pain. So for a lot of you, speaking from the physical side or the physical point of view, there are a lot of tight and weak muscles surrounding your hips, which causes your core not to work properly. Back pain. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on that moving forward. Be curious and move. Don't be scared of it. Okay, so now I'm going to pass it over to Daryl so he can carry on with the emotional side of it.
Cool. Awesome. All right, guys. What I'm going to do is just talk to this briefly, and then we are going to do a short technique for those of you that want to join in. Okay, so hopefully by now you understand why it's important to start moving and doing it in the right way when you want to loosen up those muscles, when you want to get over back pain. But the problem is when we've had so much pain for so long, sometimes we're incredibly averse to even trying it. We get scared. We don't want to suffer. We don't like pain. It's very normal. And sometimes over time that pain gets more and more and more to the point where we just don't want to even try. So let's say you're listening to this and you're going, right, everything that Pedro's saying is making sense. I want to do it, but I'm scared. I don't want to get started. What if it gets worse? Then here's what we can do. So step one is to first just make sure that it is in fact safe. You really want to know that what you're working on is okay. For example, if you have just had some major back surgery, now is not the time to start playing around with it, okay? So this is for particular types of pain. You're going to just confirm with your GP that it's safe, or your chiropractor. And we can work with you in the group to make sure that you're sure that it's safe. But mainly, we're scared to move because we don't want to suffer. And I say that separate from not wanting to feel pain, because pain and suffering are two different things, but we combine them. We think of them as one. Have you ever been in pain and not really worried about it? Like, you've just got on with life. And likewise, have you ever been in pain and it's just destroyed everything, and you're grumpy and you're moody and you can't get by? Pain is the physical feeling, and suffering is the emotional response to pain. So suffering, it's an emotion, and pain is the physical feeling. So what you got to tell yourself is that you're not going to suffer, because there's meaning to what you're doing. Even if you start to feel twinges and you stop, because we don't push through pain, we just get really curious about it and we just explore our movement and expand it. But where we do feel that discomfort, but we need to move anyway, and we know we need to move for the good of our health, then we don't need to suffer. We can just tell ourselves, actually, there's a purpose in what I'm doing. This is about becoming mobile. This is about reclaiming my life. This is about doing the things I want to do. And therefore, if I have to do some exercises, if I have to take some time out of my day, if I have to motivate myself, whatever I need to do, I can do that. And if I feel some twinges because I accidentally push it a little bit too far, I can pull back, and I don't worry about the pain. I simply don't suffer. I simply remember the reason for it. Realize that you already know the difference between good pain and bad pain. And by being curious, you're really tuning into it. If it's good, it's okay. It's okay to have a nice, pleasant sensation. And if it's bad, stop. And the last thing that I'm going to suggest is that you mentally rehearse. I'm going to take you through how to do that, but to mentally rehearse what you're going to do. So if you decide and you're in pain, you're like, oh, I better do my movements, and you're starting from a place when you're already in pain, you're already going to be tensing, freezing up. It's going to make it hard to get that mobility. So what you want to do is mentally rehearse the movements that you will do, but do it when you're currently feeling good. So let's say right now, for those of you that want to join in, you can do this with your eyes open or closed. If your eyes are open, just maybe zone out. If your eyes are closed, then you might be able to visualize this more easily. You don't need to visualize it like an image, like a movie, just however you imagine it. We're going to be visualizing you doing a movement like Pedro demonstrated before. Okay. So first, just take a moment to take a deep breath and just allow that breath to relax your chest and your shoulders. Let your shoulders feel heavy and just drop down. Another 2 long deep breaths. And as you do the long deep breaths, I want you just to imagine that you're just letting all the stresses and the strains of the day just roll off you. Any worries you had before you came here, just let them go. Because right here in this moment, you are safe. You're curious. You're open to changes, but you are safe. And tonight you've seen an example of someone moving in a different way. Maybe you made an image of yourself doing that. So I want you to imagine waiting for a time that really works for you. Making space in your lounge or your bedroom or wherever you want to do it, wherever you feel really safe. And just going into that position on the floor and just feeling what it's like just to push up just a little bit. How you can feel safe to do that. And then imagine just pushing up a little bit more. What that feels like, how the back relaxes, maybe even feels relief. And there are different sensations, but instead of running away from those sensations, you're curious about them. You're listening to what they're telling you. Or maybe you're doing different movements. Maybe you're going for a gentle stroll. Maybe you're just getting up and walking around your lounge. But whatever movements you're doing, they are safe. And it feels good to know that you're moving, to know that every time you move, you're getting blood flow into those muscles, you're warming them up, and you're making it easier for future movement, as long as you do it the right way. And then imagine you're finished. Take a deep breath, long deep breath. Let yourself relax. And imagine just sitting back down or lying down, feeling really good, feeling like you really helped yourself move forward, feeling a little bit more confident for the next time. And so what you're going to do is repeat that. Just imagine choosing a time when you feel safe, a place where you feel safe, and just doing the safe movements that make you feel good. You complete those movements and you feel warmed up, you feel loose, you feel good. And you relax and enjoy the good feelings. And one more time, choosing a time that feels safe, a place that feels safe, going through the movements that you know are safe for you. And finishing up feeling loose and limp and warmed up, feeling good, feeling like you've made progress to your future, to more movement. Now, it's a good time to make a commitment to yourself that if this is something that you want to do, and if you are a little bit scared to move, to decide that you're going to mentally rehearse this several times. The more times you imagine it in your mind, the more it prepares those muscles for movement, the more it prepares your mind. Even if you're scared of something, if you do it 1,000 times, you're not scared anymore. Imagine somebody, maybe you know someone, maybe you yourself have been diagnosed with diabetes and have to take insulin or an injection. The first time people take an injection, they can be really scared of it. It can be terrifying. But how do they feel after the 10th day, the 50th day, the 100th day, the first year? Suddenly, they don't mind it. They don't care at all. See, fear is a mental thing, and we can overcome it through repetition, just through mentally rehearsing, doing what we're scared to do over and over while we feel safe in a safe place. Then it can make it really easy to then do the things we want to do. So, a couple of notes. This mental rehearsal is great to do just before movements. Do it several times. If you want and you're really, really scared, what you can do is rank your fear of moving out of 10, do the mental rehearsal and see how it shifts. Sometimes it's not too perceptible because it shifts down 1 or 2 per time. And then say you get down from a 10 and it comes down to an 8, then maybe a 7. Just keep doing it to get it as low as you can before you do those movements. Remember, the less fear you have, the less tense your muscles will be, the easier it will be to move. Our program's full of content like this to help you move safely. So if you like it, we're going to give you a chance to check it out. But for now, I'm going to send you back to Pedro.
That was great. That was great. Linda, I'm sorry that you are experiencing this and that you are going through all this. So I wanted to let you know that we've got something for you. Yeah. So just a quick recap. Lower back pain. You're here because you are experiencing. You've got to do exercises for your body, but you've also got to do exercises for your mind. And these two, they must work in conjunction. So then you can live a life that you deserve, full of vitality. Yeah? Now I want to tell you or talk to you about the Vita method, which is a method that me and Daryl put together. We've been testing it over the past few years with our in-person clients. And we decided, you know what? Maybe we should take it online and help more people. But it's basically a 3-step process. It's pretty simple. Step 1, which is learn. You don't know what you don't know. Yeah. And most of us makes decisions based on fear because we don't know. So So we guess. What we do here, we want to teach, we want to give you as much knowledge as we can so you can make better educated decisions for your health. It's your life. Yeah. Two, do. You are the only one that can do these movements, these exercises, physical and emotional. You are the only one responsible to get out of pain. Yeah. And three, live. We want to give you all the tools so you can live a life without pain. So this is our process. And what would your journey look with Vita? Yeah. So like I said, step one is learn. I would invite you to join our community. It's a free community, yeah. And there, this live session is going to be posted there, so you can watch it later if you want. You're going to be joining a community of other women that are experiencing the same thing as you. You can chat to us directly. You can ask questions. We're going to answer your questions. It's just a place so we can exchange information. Yeah. Two, by joining, you will receive our ebook. It's basically more than 20 years of experience in treating, helping people with back pain in a 20-minute read. Yeah. It's amazing. It's really good. So you're going to get that. Plus, this is the learn. Yeah. The do, which is step two, will also give you a free 14-day lower back pain challenge. So this is for free. You have access to a course that's going to last for 14 days with physical and emotional health exercises every single day of the week. You should spare about 20 to 30 minutes a day to do these exercises. Yeah, this is the do part. This is the part that only you can do. Now, if you do feel progress and you like what you're doing, we've got the next step, which is the 90-day back pain mastery. But we can get to there once you've done this. Yeah? So I would encourage you to join the group so we can keep chatting, we can keep on helping you. You're not alone with this. And we are here to help. Yeah? If you want, the link is on the first comment. Yeah, the pinned comment. This is for the 14-day back pain challenge. You can sign up for that and you receive all the information via email. I'm going to pass it on to Daryl if you want to say something.
Thanks, Pedro. Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for that. It's a fantastic presentation and lots of great info. Really excited for you guys joining us on the live and hope that you can join our group and learn from us. We'll do some Q&A if anybody's got any more questions to post, but I want to also address Linda's comment about the bad pain in your spine. And so as always with stuff like this, where there's been some surgery, it's definitely worth making, I'm sure you've already done this, but just reiterating to get this thoroughly explored, sometimes a second opinion, rule out anything physical. One thing that I've had a lot in my clinic is people who have got residual pain left over post-surgery. And of course it can be because something went wrong and there's some damage. But if that's not the case, it can be what we call neuroplastic pain, where the brain is just still receiving those signals of pain from the lower back post-surgery. So in this circumstance, provided the GP is giving it the all clear, then the Vita method should still help, because the emotional exercises are designed basically to crowd out those messages of distress from the lower back. The stretches will basically map into your brain a new mode of movement and can be very helpful. So yeah, we can talk to you one-on-one just to be sure this is right for you in that group. But yeah, thanks for posting that comment. And if anybody else has any questions, feel free to pop them either in the live chat or join the group, and you can ask them in there, and we will be monitoring that group over the week until we come back live again.
Yeah, so the goal is to come back live every single week with some topics that some of you might have it. So yeah, Linda, exercises are good for you. Moving, you're going to bring blood to the area, which is going to help with the recovery. Yeah, again, apply the curious mind. understand what you can and what you cannot do, and only you can do that. Okay, join the group. We can keep on chatting about it there, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's us, I reckon. Thanks, guys, for joining the live.
And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
See you next
See
week.
ya.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.